Welcome to the presentation entitled Continuous Career Development, Part 1. Topics included in this presentation are CVs, teaching portfolios, mentor disclosure, and planning for the future. A mentor can support the protege early on in their professional development as they develop their curriculum vitae, also known as CV. The CV chronicles a protege's career and includes teaching, research activity, and publications. Mentors should provide common rules for organizing the CV within a discipline and ensure that all of the protege's relevant activities are documented. The most common categories of a CV are personal and contact information, academic background, including degrees and postgraduate experiences, professional licenses and certifications, academic and teaching experience, including courses taught, teaching innovations, and student evaluations, technical and specialized skills, related experience, professional and academic honors and awards, professional development, including conferences and workshops attended, research and scholarly activities, grants and contracts, service, leadership activities, and academic and research interests. Purdue's Writing Center offers a valuable online resource for the development of the CV. The teaching portfolio includes materials related to teaching as well as reflections on teaching. The portfolio should not be thought of as a file cabinet full of annual accomplishments, nor viewed as a culminating activity for tenure and promotion. Teaching portfolios should also never be used to rank or compare faculty. Think of the teaching portfolio as a meaningful collection of work showing strengths as well as areas for improvement. It is a unique demonstration that helps contextualize an individual's teaching for an outside reviewer. The teaching portfolio is a formative assessment, leading to continued growth and development rather than a summative evaluation of teaching performance. The portfolio represents an avenue for continuous improvement of teaching through the process of selecting evidence and reflecting on that evidence. A protege should start developing their teaching portfolio immediately and maintain it continuously. A wide array of evidence of teaching effectiveness should be included in the teaching portfolio. Items to include but not be limited to include course syllabi, assignment guidelines, rubrics, exams, homework problems, course evaluations, peer observations of teaching, self-assessments, unsolicited letters from students, both high and low quality student work with feedback included. Most importantly, one's written reflections with a focus on student learning. Never impose a limit on what to include in the portfolio. Advising and mentoring sections can be added in order to highlight meaningful interactions with students that happen outside of the classroom. While templates can be useful at times, a template for a portfolio will lessen individual creativity. By allowing for individuality, much more can be learned about teaching strengths and weaknesses.
For some reason, the dean loved me, and I think it was probably because that first day we met, we had on the same tie.
A mentor is often selected because of their professional reputation and successful career. The wisdom they've gained over the years through their successes and failures is valuable if it can be transformed into lessons for the protege. A mentor has to be capable of identifying situations from their past that can become learning opportunities. Once they've identified these situations, they then have to be able to break them down into specific actions that led to success or failure. And finally, a mentor must be capable of reflecting on the actions and developing the actual lessons that they'll share with the protege. For example, as a mentor prepares for a meeting with their protege about a particular aspect of career development, they might reflect on the same aspect of career development in their own lives. In their experience, was this achieved or not achieved? A situation may have helped them to become a leader in their department. What were the steps and specific actions that were taken that led to this? Perhaps there was a situation that impeded their growth. What steps and actions took place during this challenging time? Were there political or other factors outside of personal control during that time? And if there were, how were those factors managed? Failures and successes are both important in terms of lessons learned. If a mentor developed any general rules for achieving success during the situation, they too would be part of the takeaway for the protege. As the mentor finalizes meeting preparations, an actual lesson learned and a clear idea of how that will be communicated would be developed.
Personally, when you get feedback, you're going to think it's something about you, but it's not about you, it's about the work.
After the mentor shares the lesson, the protege would then be prompted to consider how the lesson may be similar or different to a current situation in their own life, and what, if any aspect of that lesson, can be applied. One of the outcomes of the mentoring relationship should be the development of a 5-year plan for the protege. The mentor should help the protege compare his or her goals with their existing body of work and identify gaps. A plan for professional development should then be created to help fill the gaps. The SMART acronym can be used to review goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-sensitive. The protege would describe what success means in terms of each goal, and ultimately they will determine whether or not they achieved success or not. The 5-year plan developed by the protege with input from the mentor will become the protege's roadmap for achieving career goals. The plan should include any resources the protege will require to achieve the desired professional goals in the plan, as well as a realistic timeline. Research has shown that faculty members and researchers who have gone through a formal mentoring program are more successful in their careers because they learn how to say no to activities that do not align with their 5-year plan. To ensure that the mentoring relationship is continually promoting the career growth and professional development of the protege, both the mentor and the protege must continually assess the relationship. Beginning with a clear and specific mentoring agreement can help prevent most problems. Formal mentoring programs include a mechanism for mediating or ending a problematic mentoring relationship. In informal mentoring relationships, both the mentor and the protege should feel empowered to act when a relationship is not going as planned, either by revising a mentoring agreement or ending the relationship. In summary, key concepts included in this presentation are that a mentor should support the protege early on in their professional development as they create their CV. The teaching portfolio is an avenue for continuous improvement of teaching. The protege should start it immediately and maintain it continuously. Effective mentors are capable of identifying situations from their past that can become learning opportunities. After the mentor shares their lesson from their experiences with their protege, they should prompt them to consider how the lesson may be similar or different to a current situation in the protege's life. The mentor should help the protege compare his or her goals with their existing body of work as they develop a 5-year plan. The mentoring relationship should continually promote the career growth and professional development of the protege. Beginning with a clear and specific mentoring agreement can help prevent most problems.